You know, the idea of time itself is very peculiar because all that actually exists is the moment now. And now is extremely small piece of time. You know, it is, the past has already gone, so it doesn't exist. The future is yet to exist, so it doesn't exist. And the only thing that exists is this instant. And this instant is continually moving. You know, it's moving, it doesn't stay in one place.
Welcome to another episode of The Big Picture, Peake Experience, with Steve Mera and myself, Robbie Graham, and our very special guest, Anthony Peake, the best-selling author of multiple books, including The Labyrinth of Time. We have The Out-of-Body Experience, The Daemon, The Infinite Minefield, many, many others, all of which we will be engaging with in depth in this series. Anthony, today we're going to be talking about The Mystery of Time, The Labyrinth of Time, your book. How does The Mystery of Time relate to your theory of the daemon, first of all?
Well, it's profoundly important because, effectively, if the idea is that we live our lives over and over again, this suggests that time is cyclical. Because in order for time to accommodate the fact that I will live my life time and time again, there has to be something different about time rather than it being linear. And to me, the most important aspect of this is a concept that's known as the eternal return or the eternal recurrence.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I can indeed. The eternal recurrence is something that was first postulated by the Stoics, who were a group of ancient Egyptian philosophers who noticed that time was cyclical in terms of the cycles of the moon and the sun and the cycles of the year. So it was logical to conclude that if time was cyclical in the universe, therefore it was logical that it would be cyclical on Earth as well, which made sense. And that then continued into early Christianity. And there were sections there that time, you know, that we will live this time again and we will experience the same things many, many times. And then in recent years, most people will know of the eternal recurrence from Friedrich Nietzsche in his book, The Gay Science, when he came along with the idea that we live the same life over and over again for all eternity.
Yes.
That's not what I'm suggesting with my model of the eternal return or the eternal recurrence, but effectively that is the general model of it.
And so how does the mystery of precognition play into this theory?
It's of profound significance because if we are able to precognize the future, the suspicion is that the future has already happened. Because if, under normal linear time, the argument would be that the future hasn't happened yet. So if the future hasn't happened yet, how can we ever gain information from the future? Now, there are certain quantum physics hypothetical particles called tachyons that they've postulated in quantum physics, which are subatomic particles that travel faster than the speed of light, therefore travel backwards in time. But they are totally hypothetical and they've never fully been discovered. So the question is, how can information be carried through linear time? Whereas if time is cyclical, it means effectively that the future is the past and the past is the future. So therefore, there is no premier position, as it were. We're all just points on a circle. And of course, there is no premier position on a circle.